So on my offer letter, the thing that was really crazy to see was where it said they wanted somebody with a requirement was an advanced computer science degree. I have 0 degrees. I have no degree. I am degree free. I have no anything from a college. And that was really where I think for us it locked in, where I was like, you don't have to listen to that. You can just completely ignore it. And you're not going to get called back every time, but you're going to get called back a lot more than you realize.
This was Hannah explaining how she got her first tech job paying $70,000 per year with just a Salesforce certification and no college degree at all. If you want to get into tech and have no college degree related to computer science, let's explore what are your prospects getting into tech in 2024. Despite the recent news of tech layoffs coming from everywhere, the overall demand for IT is still very high. This graph from Yahoo Finance shows that though tech companies fired a lot of their employees post-pandemic, but the number is relatively still much smaller as compared to the employees they hired during the pandemic. This study from NCube shows that the shortage of software engineers in the world is only going to increase with each passing year. They also showed that the number of job openings in tech far exceed the number of graduates obtaining IT degrees. So let's do a little deep dive to see that if having a tech career without a degree in computer science actually viable. HackerRank surveyed over 100,000 developers across the world for the 2020 developers report. And in that report, they highlighted that over 32% of the participants do not have a college degree. A similar statistic is published by the US Bureau of Labor and Statistics, where they indicated that more than 30% of tech professionals do not have a college degree. Let's look at another very credible source. A very popular technical website, Stack Overflow, also surveyed 65,000 plus developers for the 2020 developer survey. In that too, they also said that 28% plus participants did not have a college degree. So this establishes the fact that of all the developers who are currently working in tech industry, nearly 1/3 of them do not have a college degree. And it is precisely because of this trend that we are seeing that more and more companies are no longer requiring their employees to have a college degree. According to the same Stack Overflow survey, only 9.7% of professionals indicated that having a professional college degree is critically important for success in tech industry, whereas over 66% did not believe it is much important. So now, as we know that more than 1/3 of tech employees do not have a college degree, and a vast majority of hiring managers don't believe that university education is important for success in tech. So now let's explore that if you do not have a college degree, what are the best learning options for you to maximize your chances of success in the tech industry. According to the available statistics, a vast majority of people who landed a job in tech without a degree, they were graduates of some tech boot camps. According to the same HackerRank report, 1/3 of hiring managers have indicated that they have successfully hired from tech boot camps. And of the hiring managers who hired from those tech boot camps, 72% of them indicated that they felt that these bootcamp grads were equally or better equipped for the job than the other hires. This highlights that the perception as well as the performance of these tech bootcamp graduates is quite good. According to the 2020 course report study, where they surveyed more than 3,000 participants from over 100 bootcamps, they showed that the average salary of those bootcamp graduates was $69,000 per year. And around 80% of them got hired within the first 1 year of graduating from those boot camps. And these are very impressive statistics. But the same report also indicated that the average boot camp would take more than 17 weeks to complete and would cost a staggering over $14,000, which is a lot of money, but still much less if you compare it to the college tuition fee. The second best route for landing a tech job without a degree is the route of certification. According to the latest report from Skillsoft, a lot of hiring managers agreed that having a certified staff adds value to their organization in excess of $30,000 a year. In the same report, they also mentioned the average salary for each of those top paying 20 IT certifications. They had an average salary of more than $120,000 per year, which is much more if you compare it to the average tech bootcamp graduate salary, which was about $69,000. Besides tech bootcamps and tech certifications, the third route to get into tech without a degree would be the route of self-learning. YouTube has a ton of very good free resources available for everyone. And according to the HackerRank report, which I referenced earlier, 71% of developers still use YouTube to learn new coding skills. But if you go through that path, be careful, because it does not provide a structured learning path. It does not give you any credentials, and it makes your chances of landing a job pretty slim. Now, to sum it up, there are four main ways for you to prepare yourself to get into tech. The first option is having a tech degree. It takes about 4 years and about $100,000 of tuition plus other fees, but gives you a very good credential. The second option is through some sort of tech bootcamps. They take about 17 weeks to complete, and the average tuition is about $14,000. The third option is that of certifications. Again, it would take you about the same amount of time as a tech bootcamp, but the tuition would be much lower. Even if you do 4 to 5 certifications, the cost of doing certification shouldn't be more than $1,000. And lastly, there's this fourth option of self-study, which will take you probably more than double the time it would take through certification or boot camps, because you do not have a structured learning path, but the cost to acquire that knowledge, it'll be zero. Now, if you do not already have a tech degree, then I'll definitely eliminate that option, because starting an IT degree just for the sake of landing a job in IT is not an option which I would recommend. So this option is eliminated. And as I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of self-study without a structured path, so I would also not recommend the path of self-study. Now that leaves us with an option of either doing some sort of certifications to prepare yourself for IT degree, or enrolling into a tech bootcamp. Now, if you can afford a hefty price tag which comes with tech bootcamps, then by all means go for it. But for the vast majority of people who cannot afford it, I would strongly encourage you to get some very good IT certifications, and you'll be well on your way to land your first IT job. Now, if you're wondering which IT certification you should start with, I've created a separate video where I've explored different IT certification options and have also given my recommendation on which I think is the best IT certification for beginners. Please check it out.